I've been making something for the last few weeks, and I'm excited to show you what all of this chaos is about. This is not going to become a book binding or a Bible binding channel, but I had to take matters into my own hands. What's up, friends? It's Chad Brooks. I'm a pastor here in Louisiana. I make videos about the Bible, the spiritual life, and everyday life of a pastor. And this is about how I found my perfect 2025 Bible. Now, what you might know is 6 years ago, I started this process of only using one Bible for each year for almost all of my work in the Bible as a pastor. And I'm a big fan of the Cambridge Wide Margin Hardback. I think it's the perfect, almost perfect Bible for a pastor. I went through 2 years of using it in the English Standard Version, and then I switched over to the Cambridge Wide Margin. I call it the Insight Bible. This is it right here. I call it the Turkey Buzzard because it's a chunky boy. It's not a delicate, beautiful eagle like the leather-bound editions of this Bible. It's a hardback, and I like hardbacks because I think hardback Bibles are better, at least for me. And I also have a tendency to destroy every single thing I touch. You can see, after 1 year, this guy is, doing pretty bad. Got ones in the back that even got more destroyed over the course of the year. But this is almost a perfect Bible. There's a couple of things that I would change if I could, that I cannot change. It's impossible for me to change. I like the NIV. I can live with the NIV. I would love for this to be in either New Revised Standard or New Living Translation, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. I also wish this didn't have the letters in red, only because they highlight funky. But the thing I can change about this Bible, and the reason I almost did not use this Bible a couple of years ago, was the 8th grade Earth Science textbook, which I have solved for years by just covering mine in stickers. The only problem with this is, and I don't preach weekly anymore, I'm now a denominational officer, I don't want to carry this into the pulpit. It just looks kind of funky, especially since a lot of times I'm in traditional situations, black robe, the whole 9 yards. And so it just doesn't look very professional. And then also, if I carry it into a meeting, yet again, not professional. The one thing I can fix is the 8th grade Earth Science side of this. And so I decided this year to jump into rebinding a brand new Insight Bible, Cambridge Wide Margin Hardback in New International Version, and it's something a little bit more professional that I could kind of bring into other places. Now, I've poked around and rebound a couple of other books in the last year to learn how to do this. But like I said, this is not turning into a Bible rebinding channel. So what I'm going to walk with you real quick is just how I made this, and with some overhead shots, some other shots, just the basics of rebinding, especially a hardback book, because it's not that difficult. It wasn't that expensive. And about anybody can do this. And so if your gripe with a hardback Bible has been, or the Turkey Buzzard has been the 8th grader science textbook, I'm talking about how you rebind this. And I'm not going to rebind any more of these for anybody else. I'm going to do this once a year, and that's it. So don't worry, I'm not going to hawk Bible rebinding to you. I had friends that bought this Bible and recovered it like we did when we were in 8th grade with a brown paper sack or something else. I thought about that, but I didn't want to do that. It would still get torn up. This lives in my backpack. It gets used multiple times a day. I travel all over the state. It gets carted around everywhere. That would tear apart. So I said, Chad, let's rebind this Bible. So here's the basics of how I rebound this Bible. First thing is I had to rip the cover off. I had to take the cover off somewhat carefully. It took a little bit of tools, this thing called a bone folder, and then I had to just cut some stuff away, and I ended up getting it down to just a book block is what it's called. Then I had to paste on what's called end papers. So I cut those out of some big sheets of art paper. That's the thing that actually glues the Bible to the new cover. So I recut my end papers. I pasted new end papers on there. And then you put this thing, it's called a mull, which is essentially just this piece of fabric. You go over the spine of the book once those end papers are glued on, and you glue that mull on. This is for strength and rigidity. This is also to attach the cover to the new cover. Now with this Bible, I don't know what this is called. I don't think this is what they call an Oxford Hollow, but as you can tell, this Bible does not have any book board or cardboard at the spine. These Bibles, if they fail, they're going to fail right here at the spine edge, just like this one failed. So I wanted to reinforce that a little bit. So I actually cut a piece of book board to cover the spine to make this kind of an extra harder back, I guess. And to do that, I actually had to glue together 2 pieces of the cardboard that I had to make them structurally sound enough. Then the next thing I did, this is a little bit of customization. I thought my end papers were kind of boring. I didn't want to drop the cash for like really fancy end paper material that has all sorts of cool paintings and patterns. I realized, you know, Chad, whenever I empty out my syringe from refilling this fountain pen and I kind of squirt it into the trash can, it ends up looking really cool. And so I just carefully covered the book block and I picked out 3 different colors of fountain pen ink and I did my little spray-y thing on either side of those just to make it look cool, make it look a little bit fun, a little bit extra. And then it came time to, you know, lay out the book. And so you're using these things called spacers. I had to recut spacers because initially my spacers weren't big enough. Recut my spacers. And then you carefully glue all of those pieces of book block onto the book cloth. And I picked out this cool yellow color because it matches another Cambridge hardback that I have. It's kind of a mustardy color. I didn't want to go with all black. And I was like, you know, we're gonna rock and roll with this for the year and see how we like it. And once your book cloth is on there, once it's glued and it's solid and it's settled and it's there, then you begin the process of you know, gluing your book block onto the book board. You're going to do that by gluing the mull on with this thing called PVA glue. It's a bookbinder's glue that's very plasticky, very pliable. You're going to glue your end papers down once the book cloth has been folded over and it's been glued to the book board. Then you glue your end papers down, then you put the whole thing in a book press. The book press has been used kind of throughout this video, but I got this off Amazon for like $25. It shipped from China. It took like a month and a half to get here, but it was a cheap one. It wasn't an expensive one. And then at the end of it, I've got a new turkey buzzard. I've got this cool yellow one, and I'm gonna share with you what it looks like once the whole project is done. So I had to hustle up yesterday, you know, get things under control to get the new turkey buzzard finished because today is December 31st and I've got to have a Bible to read tomorrow, a new Bible, because, you know, the whole thing. But here you go. New turkey buzzard. Rebound. I will give myself like a 7 out of 10 on this. It could be better. You know, you see, this is the thing that drives me crazy. And I thought I saw people doing stuff to how to fix this. And, you know, I had to leave like a really wide level of stuff there. And so anyway, there's problems. This is like the 3rd book I've ever rebound. And so I can deal with that. And I can see a couple of places where I could have done a better job with stuff. But you know what? I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. It's a lot better than it was. It's significantly a lot better. Yeah, one side is like righteous. Then the other side is where I had some problems. But you know what? It lays flat. It's a turkey buzzard. And it doesn't look like an 8th grade science textbook anymore. So I'm stoked. I'm happy about it. That's it. Cream turkey butter. Turkey butter. Cream turkey buzzard for 2025. Just got to take this over to Mom's house and use her gold foil thing. I'm going to put my name on the front of it because I've never done that before with turkey buzzard. So let me know what you think about that. I've got a video coming where I'm walking through the 2024 Bible. Going to try to do that over the next couple of days. I've got another video about the Jerusalem and the New Jerusalem translation I've been working on. That's going to be cool. I've got a Bible about a video. I've not drank enough coffee yet. I've got another video about how I save all of my categorizations from the back of my yearly Bible. That's going to be cool. And then we're just going to do like a setting up the new Bible video. So I told y'all I owed y'all a lot of Bible content. I'm about to Bible content all of y'all. So anyway, come hang out in the chat. I'm Chad. I love seeing you in the chat, and we'll have a good one, and I'll be back in the next video. Later.